Are there any exercises that are good for the brain? The answer is yes. There are a number of exercises that are very useful for the brain and make the brain work better and increase memory and concentration. Hello dear friends, I hope you are healthy. In this video, I talk about the exercises that are good for the brain and make the brain work better. If you like the video, I suggest you watch the video till the end. Exercising directly affects brain health and improves mental abilities and brain development. Scientific research conducted in this field shows that effective physical activities increase the amount of certain proteins in the brain, which help to strengthen nerve cells, or brain neurons, and are effective in making memory work better. Exercising is a very effective way to prevent Alzheimer's, improve memory and strengthen learning, which is very useful for brain growth and strengthening. Adults who sit for at least 3 hours a day are prone to thinning of the middle temporal lobe of the brain. This part of the brain is responsible for creating new memories, and long-term damage to it increases the risk of dementia. So don't sit too much and be active so you don't get dementia. Try to be physically active every day in any way you can. It is interesting to know that even standing, walking and moving in any way is useful for strengthening the brain, and the worst possible position for brain health is sitting and not moving. Exercising, especially aerobic exercise, increases the number of blood vessels and nerve synapses in the brain and helps to increase the volume of the brain. Physical activity increases the number of new nerve cells and also increases proteins related to the survival and growth of brain neurons. Scientific research shows that all types of exercise, including low-intensity mental exercise as well as resistance exercise, are effective in improving cognitive performance and strengthening memory. If you are not into sports, it is better to start your activity with mild exercises and after a while increase the intensity of the exercises. With this solution, you will have a healthy body and mind. First of all, you should know that physical activity in any form is useful for strengthening the brain and improving memory. Walking, dancing, yoga, aerobics and all other sports are good for improving brain function. Meanwhile, a number of sports have more benefits for the brain and help brain function in a shorter period of time. In the following, I will explain the best exercises for the brain. 1. Aerobics, which is known as the best exercise for the brain. Aerobics is one of the best exercises to increase blood flow to the brain, which can also help increase the size of the brain's hippocampus. The hippocampus is a part of the brain that plays an important role in verbal memory and learning. Examining the brains of more than 2,000 60-year-old people in a study showed that the more physical activity older people do, the larger their hippocampus. And these changes were also clearly visible in people over 75 years old. Therefore, it is better to know that it is never too late to start exercising. Elderly people should have at least 150 minutes of moderate physical activity per week to improve brain function. 2. Bodybuilding is one of the best sports for improving memory and useful for the brain. Bodybuilding and working with weights, the effects of which will be clearly visible after 6 months. Research shows that working with weights can improve memory and cognitive function better than balance exercises and cause more blood to be pumped to the brain. 3. Yoga. The results of a scientific study conducted in 2016 on people aged 55 and over showed that yoga once a week for 12 weeks can greatly help improve verbal memory and visual memory of these people and by creating new neural pathways in the brain, improve memory and learning power. 4. Dancing is the best physical activity to improve cognitive function. A review of a 20-year study of seniors found that dancing can reduce the risk of dementia by 76%. Interestingly, dancing is twice as effective in preventing dementia as reading daily. On the other hand, dancing improves cognitive performance and improves memory. 5. Tai Chi, the best exercise for the brain. Studies show that people who practice Tai Chi for 12 weeks, after some time, they face more activity of the frontal cortex and are less exposed to cognitive and memory problems. Tai Chi helps to improve the level of thinking, reasoning, better planning and problem solving, and is considered one of the best sports for improving brain function. 6. Cycling. Cycling is the best exercise for the brain and improving cognitive performance in people over 50 years old. Studies show that people who ride a bicycle 3 times a week and each time for 30 minutes suffer less from memory-related diseases. Cycling helps improve brain health and prevent the progression of Alzheimer's disease and reduces inflammation in the brain. 7. Fast walking. Another exercise useful for the brain is fast walking. Studies show that walking more than 4,000 steps a day can have positive effects on the memory of the elderly. If you are not into sports, it is better to walk every day to have a healthy brain and improve memory power. 8. Gymnastics. Gymnastics is a wonderful sport for increasing coordination between memory and physical strength and concentration. This sport requires a lot of accuracy and mental concentration. Performing gymnastic movements helps to improve the connection between the brain and the body and improves memory and increases the ability to learn skills as well as increase intelligence. In the end, it should be said, exercising is one of the best ways to strengthen the brain and improve memory. If you are not a professional exerciser, at least take a walk, or if you like to dance or do very simple sports movements so that you have a good brain function and do not get Alzheimer's and dementia in old age. Thank you for staying with us until the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed the video.